The Indianapolis Regional Championships just concluded last weekend. This event was definitely a lot different than the other events so far throughout the Scarlet and Violet era. Why is that, you may ask? This was the first event that allowed restricted Pokemon. And if you don't know, restricted Pokemon are some of the best, unlocking abilities that can change the weather at the snap of your fingers that also have good stats, but they're also Pokemon that have stats through the roof. Some might say these Pokemon are cracked. That's the simple term. The amount of different Pokemon we saw, especially those restricted ones, was just such an interesting sight because it was something really refreshing that, in my opinion, the game needs right now. The game needs that right now because it was, I don't know about you guys, it was getting pretty stale near the end of the last two regulations. So this is a big change up. Not only did Miraidon showcase its absolute extreme hard-hitting attacks, we also saw Blood Moon Ursaluna make its appearance, winning another regional. Alongside Cornerstone Ogerpon, I mean, that's not something you see every day. So that right there kind of shows like what kind of regional we just witnessed. Followed up by a Terapagos team that just kind of sat there and did a whole bunch of damage, but clearly it couldn't match up against Miraidon's damage, as that damage was honestly, it was just through the roof. Then we had one of the best rain setters in the game in Kyogre. Nope, Pelipper. Pelipper was setting rain for the third place team as it aided its partner Calyrex Ice Rider? Really? Not Shadow. Okay, so Calyrex Ice Rider made it higher than Shadow. Interesting. And then right behind it, another Calyrex Ice Rider piloted by Leonard Kraft. Nick Navarro was another player in the top 5 that had Terapagos. This team, pretty darn similar to the other team. Jillian Tang bringing the actual best rain setter. Yes, he does indeed have Kyogre as his restricted Pokemon. Here's a team that the first time I saw it, I couldn't believe it. Keanu Inosanto. He has Pelipper, Latios, which you just don't really see all too often, Galarian Moltres, Zamazenta as the restricted, Rillaboom, and then Shenpao, which, okay, those last two I see, but the other 4? Like, what even is that? And then finally, Aaron Trailer. You guys have probably seen this, the Ditto Man himself. What the heck? But I have heard that this Ditto it's kind of good. Brady Smith with VGC Corner is a great person that just breaks down the teams in a way that nobody else does. If you check it out right here, he has the top 8 teams all listed in a PokePaste. You open that up and Brady puts his spin on it, on how he thinks the team runs or how he thinks it could have run just a tiny little bit better. So one of the things with the first place team was that Brady changed it up a little bit. This Miraidon actually has a timid nature, whereas the one on stream actually had a modest nature. So like I said, he makes those tiny little tweaks, so on and so forth. Do you want to qualify for the Pokemon World Championships? Well, if you do, I have the deal for you. If you just want to click the link tree down in the description below, you will find all the details on how we at VGC Corner can help you qualify for the Pokemon World Championships. Let's get into the video. So now that I've lightly touched upon each team and what made the top 8, let's actually jump in and break down these teams individually. So like I said earlier, Rajin Ball's team is running the Choice Specs Miraidon, which deals nutty damage. The damage, honestly, on this thing, I watched it OHKO and Incineroar with a Volt Switch. That's not a joke. That really happened. That's how strong this thing is. And then he had the double weather option with either Tailwind or Trick Room with the Farigiraf and the Whimsicott, leading you to like some really interesting different categories on how you can deal with opponents. And then the typical Incineroar, of course, and then the Cornerstone Ogerpon alongside the Blood Moon Ursaluna. This team was clearly very good as it placed first place in this tournament. Now, I'm a commentator, okay? I don't know the ins and out of Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest, I just don't. But I do know someone that does. I'm gonna throw this over to our resident Pokemon expert, Brady Smith, who's gonna show you exactly how to use these teams. Brady, over to you.
So the first team we are going to be showing off here is Rajan Ball's first place Indianapolis Regionals team. So Rajan used a team that was kind of unconventional. It's Miraidon. It wasn't really explored yet at that current moment in time. I thought it was a great meta call. Miraidon's been proving itself to be very, very good. Even in the recent Stockholm, it finished second. A different take on it. It's pretty similar, though, where it's just Trick Room, Fridraff, Tailwind user, Miraidon specs, Ursaluna, and then just 2 wild cards. The wild cards that Frederick went with were Chiyu and Iron Hands, whereas the wild cards that Rajan went with were Ogerpon and the Incineroar. So, pretty similar concepts. I personally am not going to be able to do this team a justice. I'm not an Ursaluna player. Like, I don't know how this thing works. I mean, like, I get its game from, like, a, theoretical standpoint, but I don't have the reps in with this thing. What you theoretically want to do with this is basically position it inside of a way where you can sweep them with the Blood Moons, slash, like, Hyper Voice, whatever. Like, basically, though, you just want to sweep them either in Tailwind or in Trick Room. Figure out, a way to knock them all out with Ursaluna. Ogerpon on this team I thought was also very interesting because it does have Sturdy, and it basically acts as a secondary Focus Sash user. So you have Whimsicott and Ogerpon. You basically have 2 Pokemon holding the Focus Sash, which Focus Sash is just very good on frail Pokemon because you survive pretty much any attack. It was really cool. I think the Fridraff and Rhydon combo is like here to stay. It's so good. Because basically you can just outspeed everything, because you're Miraidon. You could go Timid even. I posted a paste, which is Timid. Maybe you have seen it in the description. But I swapped Tomatis. Apparently, that's what Rajan actually brought to the regional, so I'm going to try to keep it close to however he intended for that one to be played. Ensign, I like Ensign. It's just a good piece. AV is cool because you just get more Spit F. This spread doesn't really do anything. I believe it lives a Helping Handed +2 Terra Ghost. Astral Barrage, if I remember correctly. Maybe that's the calc, I don't know. Either way though, it just hits a stat bump. This is why I like it. Stat bump, max HP, because we are not Citrus, so we don't need to be divisible by 4, or anything like that for slight optimizations, and just rest in defense. This spread actually does take a Precipice Blades. At a neutral Precipice Blades, I believe it is a guaranteed, or a 6.3% chance to get us if they're max attack. So that's kind of cool. We can switch it in on P-Blades without much worry. So yeah, that's cool. Whimsicott here is just a Tailwind bot with Encore Disruption. So the logic is you get up Tailwind, and then the best way opponents stall out Tailwind is through attacking or through protecting on your Tailwind turns and knocking your Tailwind setter, and then just you don't get a lot of out of Tailwind. But with Encore, you can disrupt a lot of stuff. So that's kind of cool. Maybe you went bulkier Whimsicott. I don't know. I didn't really check the VODs. I didn't go that deep into it. But yeah, that's the team. So let's get into some games. All right, here we are inside of the first game. So I always try to click the accept open team sheets to see if the opponent does it. If they don't, it's no big deal because it is best of 1 ladder. So we have to prepare for this accordingly. Now, if I were to guess, the sets are probably Quiver Dance, Volcarona with maybe the leftovers. Terapagos on this style of team, it's kind of difficult because there is a fake out mode, so it could be a Calm Mind version, but it could also be a choice specs, which I'm going to guess it's the Calm Mind one because there's a fake out, and maybe it's Covert Cloak as well. And this thing is probably the booster energy with Icy Wind. So I'm just going to play around this smartly. I want to maneuver around this Flutter Mane, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Whimsicott, followed up with the Miraidon, and then probably the Ogerpon here, so I can just get some nice damage into a lot of his team. And then to round it out, I could either go with the Incineroar or the Fridraff. There is an argument for Fridraff for the fake out onto the Rillaboom, but I'm going to lock in with the Incineroar because I just like how Incineroar plays, and I feel like if I am inside of a situation where I need to rely on myself to outplay, I'm more comfortable with Incineroar than I am Fridraff. So the opponent does lead with Rillaboom and the Terapagos, so if it's Encore or if it's Calm Mind, it's in check with my Encore here, so I'm not really too worried about that. I kind of want to switch on Incineroar here. The train will be completely nullified. Rhydon's probably catching a fake out, so I'm going to switch into Incin. Intimidate this guy. If he does fake me out, he can get Encore, and I'm keeping my Sash active on my Whimsicott. I can sweep him later with the Miraidon. It's probably got to be Calm Mind if I were to guess. Yeah, okay, he's keeping Encore. That thing's useless for the rest of the game, so... Although he's probably going to switch out into his Ogerpon here, isn't he? So I could go for a read and click the Encore and click the Moonblast onto the Ogerpon. I'm going to U-turn that slot for sure, but I'm just going to click Encore just to be a little bit safe here. Okay, so the safety does pay off, so he probably doesn't have Ogerpon in the back, or he's not that high elo. Let's see. We'll see. Okay, yep, speed booster like we thought. So he is Encore now, presumably for the rest of the game. I kind of just want to Tailwind here and go ahead and click the Electro Drift. So if he protects, he can break the cycle of Encores, which I don't like. So I actually am going to go for the Tailwind here, and I'm going to click the Volt Switch with the Terra Electric, just to chip this thing if it does go into Rillaboom. If it doesn't, Encore still does not expire this turn, so we're good. So that regard, I'm going to go into Incineroar. We're going to keep this thing calm minding, just ignoring it the whole game, not allowing ourselves to get staggered and sit anyway. He could still have the Ogerpon in the back. Okay, well that's good. Ish. He does have Ogerpon. We're kind of in a world of trouble because we open ourselves up to this again. He does not have the Ogerpon from the looks of it, so that's good for us. Wow, that's good for us. He's getting Encore and Volt Switch yet again. Switch out of Rillaboom. I'm okay with that. This thing's not going to chance to attack. Choice Spike's really good in this thing. It's crazy. The worst case play is he protects his Fluttermane and switched into Rillaboom here, but he did not do that. Oh! That was smart. I gotta give credit where credit is due. That was extremely smart, and I need to now play very properly to not lose this thing. I'm going to go for the Power Whip here, because I am going to fish for a Rillaboom switching in, because I only have 2 more turns to kill this thing out of existence, and if he were to switch into his Fake Out user, he could cycle. I just need damage on this thing. I could... Oh, okay, that works. Cool. Cool, so we did have Ogerpon the entire time. Wow. Wow. Ooh, wow. That's kind of crazy. Cool, you calm-minded. Okay, we also crit the Power Whip. Well, oh, I did not want to crit that. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, not the crit. I know why the crit didn't matter. Yeah, the U-turn. I should have just killed this Fluttermane. Ooh, kind of kicking myself here for that. Yeah, because now he clicks Icy Wind again. I mean, I can finesse this. If he Moonblast special attack drops me and he's faster, which he is faster, so that's a possibility. But he does not. Cool, he lost the resources to deal with my Incineroar. So that means all I have to do is kill his Fluttermane, switch into Ogerpon. Now he's in check. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, GG. Not really proud of how that one was played. The opponent had like 2 opportunities to go into Ogerpon. I let my Whimsicott go down there on this play because I got greedy. I should have gone for the Electro Drift, I think, because I forgot that just like clears. Electro Drift would have been safer. This turn was the big blunder I made. Letting this Fluttermane knock out my Whimsicott. This just kind of destroyed my entire game plan. But I got bailed. I don't think the opponent recognized that they could have won to Ogerpon any of those times. So yeah, I got bailed there. That being said, I do think the team is still good based on, like, you know, that one game on PS doesn't really give it justice. But clearly the concept of the Blood Moon Miraidon for Redraft is a very proven one. So I love how this, this stuff plays, how it looks, how it feels. All in all, it's just a very good team. I would love to talk about the team which actually won the event. Oh, these are not ordered as to who won. This is the team that got second, Joji's team. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, though, yeah, this is the team that won, Michael Kelsch's team. Looks very, very good. I absolutely love everything about it. It's like this team actually was also placed top 8, which we're gonna go over later in this video. But this team placed top 8 at the Indianapolis Regional Championship. So stay tuned if you want to see that. But back to the battle. They have Koraidon, Setup Koraidon, AB Raging Bolt, and Psyspan. That is an interesting team. I do feel like it maybe folds to Ursaluna Tailwind if I position it properly. This thing could be Speed Booster. I don't know. But I feel like this plus this and then Miraidon on the back probably is able to clean house. Have to be careful of the Indeedee though. I do want to be careful of Indeedee. Okay, so speak of the devil. There is the Indeedee. Okay, so I'm going to do some finesse here. Just because I don't want to lose to Trick Room. I want to finesse this. Switch out there, Tachyon Cutter, okay, switch out, fake out. Yeah, I'm gonna reset the terrain, get this fake out off. I'm just kind of finessing around, because theoretically side spam would be kind of free here. And I'm gonna fake this out. Can I even set up Trick Room? I don't think you will though. Cool. Oh, cool. Wait, so now he's weak to discharge. Now I do this. Cool. There we go. The regular discharge gets this. I'm gonna go to Ursula and just regular discharge. Okay. Can't really do any damage. I'm just gonna protect here. Cool. Okay, Ursulum is able to sweep here now. Should, at least. So I go into Ensign, I can nuke this Flutter Mane, I could nuke... I just don't know the damage calc on that guy, so I'm just gonna nuke the Flutter Mane. I just know that will kill for sure. Yep. Then I go into Miraidon, and then this is gonna be some finesse. Try to bait the Protect here. Okay, okay, I got this, I just have to stall out. Trick Room. I was gonna Encore him. If he did eventually go for Protect. Either way, though, I could have just knocked off Moonblasted. He had no counterplay for that. So, cool. Cool. These spreads are like, I don't know how good they are. Like, this is just like basically 252. The reason why, wait, what the heck? Oh, yeah, because Electric Tea gives defense. I decided to give even HP so you get the defense. Because either you go no investment or 12 investment. I figured we'd at least put in 4 if we went 252, so I figured I'd just go 12. This is just like a mixed for giraffe. This Ensign is just standard Ensign. The EV spread lives Precious Blades, all but 6.3. Spit F boost in nature to go with Assault Vest, just good value. Whimsicott 252, another 252 for the last 3 Pokemon, even Miraidon 252. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into this. This looks like Miraidon fodder. This looks like delectable to click Volt Switch onto almost everything that exists and breathes inside this game. So I feel like probably Miraidon plus the Whimsicott could be a great lead to kind of call out a lot of stuff. I like the Ogerpon here a lot, and I also love the Incineroar. Even though this is my low tick, is a bit annoying for the Incin, but being the Assault Vest Incineroar into 2 Ice Blizzard spamming Pokemon feels very nice. So we're just going to bring this in so we can Volt Switch safely into something. So that is the Amoonguss and the Kyurem White, so that's a bit of an interesting pair we see here. I could go for the Moonblast. I don't actually have to go for the Draco Meteor here. I'm kind of tempted to just like double tap this Moonblast, because usually they go AV or Specs. Amoonguss isn't really doing anything right here. You could Rage Powder redirect, in which case I can just sack Whimsicott, get off a Tailwind. If he protects, I can Encore him next turn. So yeah. Okay. Cool. The Raw Blizzard. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so I do get a special attack drop there. I'm presuming if anything does switch, it'll probably be this Kyurem. I kind of just want to Flare Blitz this, because he only has 1 switch out. I could Tailwind, which might be nice here. Actually, I want to Tailwind. I think he's going to go for some defensive on the Kyurem. Or he could Terra. I think that's kind of what I'm expecting, actually, is the Terra. If that does happen, then I just get a free switch in my Miraidon. Kill the #1 check for it, which is the Amoonguss. That's kind of interesting. Blizzard. Okay. I'll knock off this guy, and I will Electro Rift this guy. So no, he cannot protect. This is technically optimal, because I'll guarantee you're going to kill if I go into this slot. He's probably going to end up Rage Powdering this away, which is okay, because he will feint to the Electro Drift. I think this is an Electro Drift sweep inbound. If he does switch out into his Ninetales, then the Kyurem eats this up. Okay, perfect. I Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss. Cool. I'm glad I killed this guy. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not going to move this there. I almost did. This is still an Electro Drift. I just want to kill the Kieran. I'm pretty sure he specs or something like that. Whew! Whew! Wow! That's not a specs. Almost walked right into that. So I know he can't outspeed me right now, so this means I could Electro Drift that guy. That'll definitely kill him. My question is, do I U-turn out of this Tornadus? The answer is probably yes. So he needs a double protect, which he does actually get. But that's okay, because now I can just... Ooh, is it? Yeah, because I just Ivy Cudgel him. And switch on Ensign. I think. Yeah. Oh, that won't kill him, though. Ooh, that speed drop kind of blows. I know this Blizzard will kill him. Let's see. I'm trying to get this Tornadus with this. I might be tossing. I don't know. Let's see. What I need to do is let this guy go down. Yeah, I think that's what I do. I let him go down. Yeah, because then I can go into instant. I can fake out, kill the perfect. Okay. Yes. Bro! Please let me play the game! Okay, that just sucks. Okay, well now I got a double protect here. Yo! Okay. We're live. We are alive! Ooh! He's got a miss, I think. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, Turbo Blaze, duh! Yeah, that's Mold Breaker. Yeah, that's why I think Kyurem's B tier, by the way. Guys, check out this tier list I just made. It is pretty good. Oh no, I lost my blue check. I need to figure out how to fix that. Either way though, check this out. So I decided to put the Kyurem white a little bit higher than I placed it originally, because it's pretty good. As you just saw right there, it was able to kind of clean sweep me. Even though, you know, of course, there was, like, the luck. Like, yes, like, the freeze happened. Like, yes, the speed drop on Bleak one happened. But, like, still, like, it was able to, like, pretty cleanly angle just a Blizzard sweep by just getting rid of my resources. So, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Okay, yeah, but this has been Rajan's team. So, let's get into the next team, which is Andrew Zhang's second place Indianapolis team.
Next up is the second place team, Andrew Zhang. Now, Andrew Zhang went with the other very good restricted Pokemon, Terapagos, also using choice specs. The damage output on Terapagos is actually pretty crazy, especially that you can hit 2 targets with it. It's pretty good. I know there's a few different sets for Terapagos that work, but this one clearly outshined the Calm Minding set as it came second place in this tournament. Alongside a Choice Scarf Chi-Yu, Tornadus with Tailwind, of course. Fluttermane, it's more of the defensive Fluttermane set as well. Amoonguss for that sheer just like steady stay-at-putness. And then the Swords Dancing Urshifu Rapid Strike, a set that we haven't really seen a lot of, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I know this team was strictly kind of there to output damage. I mean, obviously it has the Terra Star Storm and the Heat Waving Choice Scarf Chi-Yu. I mean, even the Swords Dancing Urshifu, this thing was clearly here. This team was clearly here to deal damage. But it needed a Miraidon. Miraidon's damage output is just, it's too strong. Clearly. And again, I'm no expert, so I can't break these down as well as Brady can. Brady, please tell us how to use this team.
So this team is pretty cool because it kind of sparked back a hyper offense team that was very popular in the meta 2 regulations ago, and it was a Tailwind Chi-Yu sweep team where you would basically set up Tailwind and sweep them with Chi-Yu or Shifu, Fluttermane. You had Ogerpon there as kind of your anchor and a Trick Room, give you like some leeway into it. And it's like essentially just a team where you just went for like trades almost every turn. And Glamora was really cool as well on that team. This team does not have a Glamora. but it basically just operated like a sweeper with the meteor beam. But this slot does kind of take over the Glamora slot inside of that team, because we do have the ability to sweep stuff with the choice specs. I decided to go Timid on Trapagos. I think maybe Modest could be cool as well. So Timid does two things. Number one, it outspeeds Urshifu, which is at max speed. You see this hits 149 Urshifu, and Trapagos hits 150. So that's pretty cool. But the second thing which it does, which I really like, is that it's able to outspeed the Calyrex Shadow if they are max speed after an Icy Wind. So they hit 222. We multiply that by 2 and then divide that by 3 to calculate a 2/3 multiplication, which means that it hits 148. So technically we could lower this down to 149, but it's better to keep it at 150 to outspeed Urshifu as well. So that's what Trapagos is kind of cool at. It's pretty good. It's a very offensive build on Trapagos. I think the Calm Mind stuff is still very good right now. I think Calm Mind Trapagos is actually finding its place in the meta. So like let's look at these top 8 teams. I know this one is a Tailwind, or is a Choice Specs one, Joji's. So is Nils. But I do want to look at a few of the top 16 teams, like Aurelion Sola right here. I'm presuming this is a Calm Mind one. Nope, it was a Specs one. Let's keep on moving. Maybe Calm Mind has not had its results quite yet. I think this one is Calm Mind though. It's more of a rain. Like it's kind of cool. Like, I like Tornadus a lot here because it sets up rain for both Urshifu, Rillaboom, and the Amoonguss, and you can obviously clear any weathers with Trapagos as double Fake Out to enable Trapagos. You have Pollen Puff to give yourself back full HP. It just looks really solid. I really like this take on Trapagos, and I think this could be really cool in the future. But inside this video, we're focused on the current results as to what has currently done well, and those things that have done well with Trapagos they're all choice specs. So we're gonna focus on choice specs in this video. So the other Trapagos team which did really well over the weekend, there's 2 technically. One of them was piloted to 2nd place. The other one is piloted to top 4, and top 8, if I remember correctly, because he lost to Michael. Michael DeBest, who ended up winning the whole thing. Michael DeBest's team, it was amazing. He got 2nd at Worlds, by the way, this previous year. So Michael DeBest kind of just proving himself, still being very good. He's also very good at Ranbats. Fun fact about Michael is that he's like ranked number 1 in the Ranbats ladder like almost all the time. I'm actually going to check this right now live into this video, so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Mikhail DeBest to rank number 1 with 93.6% GXC, which GXC, by the way, is just the percentage chance you will beat the average level player. So like if you look at a bell curve, it's at the top of the bell curve. I think it's like 0 standard deviations away from like the default. Basically just like the exact like middle of the bell curve. So like let's say the average person is like, I don't know, like 1500s inside this format. It's 93% likely to be a 1500s player. I don't know if 1500s is that area. Maybe it's 2000, because I think it is. I don't know. Either way though, GXC, that's all it means. But what's kind of cool though is that he ended up also winning a regional, so he's just kind of good at this game. It's kind of cool. I'm noticing they have shifted from using an Ogerpon as their anchor into being the Amoonguss. Presumably because the poison type gets freed up from those Glamora teams, because you no longer have Glamora, because that's a Trapagos, and in which case you also don't really have an Ogerpon on your team. Ogerpon Water at least, probably because it, I don't know, maybe fell off or something, because like Miraidon, who knows. I think Ogerpon is actually pretty good still, but either way though, I know Amoonguss has a positive matchup into some things that Ogerpon Wellspring does not have. For instance, into opposing Raging Bolt, you can spore them, and they can't really do anything back to you sometimes, especially for Terra Fairy, and for the Calm Mind set, you can Rage Powder away all their Thunderclaps until they have 0 PP and cannot touch you. So yeah, Amoonguss is pretty good on these teams. I think Ogerpon Cornerstone has had a very interesting run inside this format so far. But yeah, the Ogerpon Cornerstone is a cool take on this. As for Nils' version, this is just a Nils team. Like, Nils always builds like out of the box, like crazy teams. He's just like, the way he plays very offensively, like just looking at everything, like, so you can tell that like he won Internats with an Ursaluna Blood Moon team. Like that was literally like maybe a month ago. Even though I love the way he builds his teams and he makes them look like they're so easy, these teams do not click for me. Like this is not how I prefer to play the game. I prefer much more like kind of a slow but steady wins the race kind of play style. Because my logic is like, if I can slow the game down to like 10 turns And, you know, in my experience, I should be getting those 10 turns right, or at least like 8, 9 of those 10 turns right. So then it's like with making good micro decisions, I'll be able to win. But people like Nils, he just likes to play very, he just gets like up. The second he gets any advantage, he's trying to take the game away immediately. And, you know, it's just different play philosophies. But I love his team, though. It was really cool. But yeah, so now let's move on to the games. So we are going to be using Andrew Zhang's team here, which is another Terrapagos team, except this time. So this next team we are playing is Andrew Zhang's team, who piloted it to second at the Indianapolis Regional Championships, and it's a very similar concept to a lot of these teams where they have a priority Tailwind Pokemon, and they just typically pair Terrapagos with an Urshifu, Amoonguss, and Fluttermane from the looks of it, with the Tailwind setter, and then, you know, like a random support Pokemon. So yeah, if you look at Joji's team, pretty similar concept. Chi-Yu, exact same. Chi-Yu, Terrapagos, Fluttermane, Amoonguss, and Tornadus, all 5 were on there. The only difference is that in place of the Urshifu, there is an Ogerpon Cornerstone. So, yeah, cool takes on this team. Let's give it a little whirl. Alright, so here we are. By the way, we are inside of the 1600s right now, and we are up against a Calyrex Shadow, Grimmsnarl, Incineroar, Raging Bolt, Urshifu, and Amoonguss. So I really like our own Amoonguss here because it shuts down what the Grimmsnarl is trying to do and can put the Calyrex to sleep. Terrapagos is pretty good here. I'm a bit worried about the light screen. So I do also like the Chi-Yu here as a lead. So I'm thinking of what I want to do. Maybe I want to go with something along the lines of... And Urshifu could also sweep through this pretty cleanly, and I'm kind of leaning towards that, especially with goggles. I just gotta be careful of the Raging Bolt. So I'm thinking maybe what I want to do here is an Urshifu angle where I try to get up a Calm Mind pretty early, or I try to get up a Swords Dance pretty early, and then I will try to sweep him. I'm going to pair that up with a Chi-Yu, along with... I feel like I gotta bring Terrapagos here just because it is Terrapagos. Although I could technically, you know, lean off that and go more into the Incineroar mode, or go more into the Urshifu mode, but, you know, we'll see. I don't really think I need Tailwind because it is a screens team. I like Amoonguss here, but I'm going to bring the Fluttermane. Just give it a shot. Amoonguss could be a bit bothersome, but we do have the safety goggles to try to counter that. So it is going to be the Raging Bolt and the Grimmsnarl. Yeah, this is where Amoonguss could have been kind of cool. I'm kicking myself for not bringing Amoonguss, because this is the whole reason why I want to bring Urshifu, because I could Swords Dance and go to Amoonguss. But I lost that, and that's okay, though. At least he's forced to go for an electric move here. So this thing does have Psychic. That's kind of interesting. I do just want to Snarl here, though. Switch to the Terrapagos, and I want to click Snarl. I'm just going to try to kind of clear this board with some Terra Starstorms here in a minute. There's the light screen. Presumably an Electro Web, if I had to guess. Yep. Terra Shell breaks, that's okay. No, they could maybe Snarl us down, but I feel kind of okay just going for Terra Starstorms. I could switch out into Urshi here, but I kind of want to keep the Beads of Ruin active. So I am going to go for another Snarl, just because I just want to get as much damage out as possible. So we do get another Snarl off. They're probably going to Spirit Break us, maybe, but we are faster than them. Shoutouts Timid on Terrapagos. That's kind of sick. Spirit Break, that's okay. We're only -1 now. Yeah, they don't really do anything to us. We can just spam Snarl, Terra Starstorm. We're winning this trade in the long run. This is kind of what we want to do into Grimmsnarl. I feel like late game Calyrex could be kind of cool, but I just cannot let my Chi-Yu take too much damage here. In which case, I kind of am inclined to switch out to my Urshifu right now, because I can sweep with my Chi-Yu into the late game. But maybe I can keep it on for one more turn, potentially not take an Electro Web, which would be kind of nice. But yeah, let's see this. I have a feeling it's going to be another Spirit Break here. Yep. Cool. That's nothing when switching to this. Nothing does. Okay, that actually doesn't really mind it, to be honest. Not a bad switch out. I could have gone out into my, anything there, but I did not. Okay, Fluttermane comes in here, I know that. So really, though? Yeah, I think so. So I can Terra Fairy on this, Calyrex. Cool. No, I cannot, because I already Terra it! I messed up. I can win this with an Icy Wind, though, if I can get up this Icy Wind. He needs to, like, not click close combat here. He needs the Surging Strikes, I think. Oh, I clicked close combat. GG, well played. Or I could have Moonblasted the Urshifu. Did I miss it? Oh no, it's just Covert Cloak. Ooh, okay, that's annoying. Oh well, oh well. Good try. I should have got Mungus here. I messed up that was the core part of my game plan where I messed it up. I just did not bring Mungus in the back. Yeah, well played, well played. Yeah, right there, I should have brought a Mungus. If I brought a Mungus, I feel like I could have shut that down. I don't know why I didn't. I kind of just got in my head with my selection. But we move, though. Going on to the next game. This is a Calyrex Ice Rider plus the Indeedee, Ursaluna, Fluttermane, Ogerpon, and Urshifu. So presumably it's an Urshifu Dark. I really like Terapagos here. I think I could maybe get away with leading both of those. So no team sheet. That's okay. Thank you for at least rejecting them. Some people just leave it there, and it's just like, it's kind of funny. Choice Scarf Chi is not bad here necessarily, just not that good, I guess. I do really like Fluttermane. I don't know if I need Tornadus and a Terapagos, have Chi-Yu in the back, and the Mungus, and be okay with playing in and out of Trick Room. So we're going to try that out. So it looks like there is not a Trick Room lead here. This looks like it's probably just really weak to my Icy Wind plus Terra Starstorm. I don't really know what they can do to stop this. I guess maybe live with Fluttermane. And maybe their Covert Cloak and they Icy Wind me. That's like the worst case. Or they protect their Urshifu and then Icy Wind. That wouldn't be ideal, but still just Icy Wind them yet again. That's not the play. I know that because they're now weak to the Starstorm. I think I get a double knockout here, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I do. Yep, this trap goes for you. Kind of want a Terra Starstorm. Swap out into Chi-Yu. I can still get swept by this thing, though. In case it's Sash, I'm just going to kill the Indeedee. Cool. I didn't even kill him. Wow, that would have been bad. Cool. Well, that should be a game, though. Yeah, Terra Starstorm. Snarl. Doesn't really matter. Clears house. I guess technically, if we're playing optimally, I know I outspeed that. I should probably kill this guy right here. Just because I know ooh. That was a crit on the Calyrex Ice. But that was a crit. Now it's amplified. Yeah, this should still kill. I mean, I want to assume. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice. So that was Terapagos Hyper Offense. That was a very quick one. You know what? Because Hyper Offense, we can go ahead and get one more with this Terapagos stuff because I think that these games are pretty quick. Alright, so this next team is a Kyogre Tailwind team. It looks like, from my perspective, I can kind of just get away with leading a Terapagos and potentially going with the Tornadus. I could spam Bleak Winds into this Amoonguss. This doesn't seem too bad. I don't like Amoonguss, though, in the slightest. I do feel like Tornadus with a late game Urshifu can probably clean house. And then last but not least, probably Fluttermane, so I can just win the Tailwind War much more consistently. So yeah, this looks like a Terra Stellar and a Tailwind. I don't really see what exactly is stopping this, because we are timid max speed on our Tornadus. We're going to clear the rain, do a bunch of damage to everything. They are also timid max speed, apparently. That is good to know. Or no, we're not timid max speed. We're 151. That's okay, so that's like timid calm. Either way, though, it did some good damage. Kind of sucks we don't get up our Tailwind. 2 turns, so there'll be another one. I think I want to switch to Urshifu here. So we can get match Tailwind after something goes down. Probably Terapagos. Cool. Yeah, now I can protect. Let this thing go down. Because I know this outspeeds the Kyogre. My Urshifu probably outspeeds the Kyogre because they're 1 speed apart. Unless we were speed tying, but I highly doubt that. Yeah, first impression. It's looking like a Tailwind angle. Kill the Kyogre. I could switch out into an Amoonguss. Is that worth covering? Ooh, close combat. Interesting. Have they terra'd yet? They have not terra'd. It's a lot of terras. That's so funny. Okay, Moonblast. Whew. I just gotta go for that Archaludon. We gotta get rid of that thing fast. Ronto. Oh no! The Terra Steel! This game has been stolen. Unless they click Draco. Phew. Nah, I'm not gonna catch my hands yet. I gotta hit this. I gotta hit this Bleak Wind on this Arcaludon. It's gotta kill. 12. It did do 12% last time. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy game. Did we hit? Yes! Let's go! I'm so glad we got that last game. That was a banger. But yeah, this has been the Trap Ghost Hyper Offense. Let's go on next team.
In third place, we had Justin Burns. Now, Justin Burns' team, I gotta say, it's not what I'd be expecting in a restricted format team to come third place. I don't know why Pelipper is here, but I do know that Pelipper's usage was at an insane amount for what it normally is. Like, I was expecting Kyogre, Groudon, and here's Pelipper. I think it was in the top 12 Pokemon at one point for usage. Now, tagging along with Pelipper, we have the Amoonguss, Calyrex Ice, which he is a strong hitter in Trick Room. I gotta say, that thing is scary. And then we have Incineroar, Raging Bolt making a return. Such a good Pokemon. And then we have another Urshifu, this one being the Choice Scarfed variant. But again, I really wish I could break these down more for you, but sadly, I can't. What can I say? I love being on the camera, but I do know someone that can really dial you into these teams. How many times am I going to say basically that same thing? Brady, take it away.
What's up, guys? In this portion of the video, we are going to be going over the third place team featuring Calyrex Ice. So this team was piloted by Justin Burns. For those of you who do not know, Justin Burns is a phenomenal player who's gotten second place at Internats. I want to say twice. Maybe it was once. I know at least once, like in 2018. He reached the finals, played against Jeremy Rodriguez, and lost to him, who was playing Ally Switch Rotom H in finals. That was funny, because like while Jeremy was using that, Justin's team was completely just honest. It was just proven stuff, like it was Mega Metagross, balanced team. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, so this is very much a Justin team. I believe they did not have Goldango. I don't know why I have Goldango on this pace. They actually had the Raging Bolt, but theirs was a booster energy Raging Bolt, unlike these Assault Vests. So I'm going to quickly copy over a Raging Bolt from a team that I am currently using. I found a Raging Bolt. Changing the spread. What? Okay, so here is the Raging Bolt. So this spread just hits a stat boost bumper, or a stat boost whenever we multiply it by 1.3, because the booster energy with Photosynthesis activates it, multiplies by 1.3. You can see a highest stat is 1.3 or 1.5 speed. So we will get the 1.3 boost on the special attack, which you will be getting. So 190 times 1.3 is equal to 247, which is a whole number, and a whole number is good because it means we're wasting no value with the decimals. So this is a good special attack stat. This lives an Icicle Crash from Chien-Pao. Well, this technically lives an Icicle Crash from Chien-Pao, but just this extra HP is good because I know Japanese players like odd numbers. I don't really fully get the math, but apparently the game calculates something where it's like you can live stuff that you might otherwise be KO'd with, because Pokemon always rounds down. So if they like land on like a percentage, it's like they will not get the full amount of value they get out of offensive stats or offensive attacks. So that's like a little tiny like tech thing. Yeah, as for this, just speed dump after that, lives the Icicle Crash, hits that odd number, which I know Japanese players like, and then rest in speed. Pelipper is 252. This could totally be something else. It could be a Rocky Helmet one. I don't really know. But funny thing about this team, or not really funny, but a cool thing about this team is that Marco Fierro actually piloted this team to get first and second, or sorry, I think it was first in Swiss instead both days. Day 1 Swiss and Day 2 Swiss. Unfortunately, I think he got knocked out either top 8 or top 4. I don't remember. These standings are not final. I could not watch the regional for some reason. I was not working my phone at this moment of recording this video. It was really cool. It was he had a very different but similar take on this. So as you saw earlier, this Raging Bolt slot was technically flexible for a Goldango because we had a Goldango there to see how that would operate. However, what Marcos actually ended up doing is he kept the Raging Bolt there, but he did a few changes. Number one, he added Urshifu Dark over Urshifu Rapid Strike, so that was kind of cool. And I like that because it allows you to have offensive damage output into Calyrex Shadow, having a strong Dark type, and also you're less weakened to opposing Raging Bolt, because ironically, Raging Bolt is kind of an issue. Even though we do have a Calyrex Ice and Amoonguss, it kind of stinks having like a Pelipper and Urshifu, which are both negative into electric types. But anyways, just having like a Focus Sash or Urshifu kind of helps into that in particular. In addition, He also decided to add on an Assault Vest and the Raging Bolt instead of a Booster Energy. So that was a different take on it, which I kind of like because he had the Volt Switch Draco Meteor set, which, by the way, guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you guys are absolutely throwing. I just kind of want to show you this real quick. Alright, this is not the one I was trying to pull up, but like I made a tweet a while back that was talking about how Volt Switch is going to be very good because I think it's really cool to get a slow pivot. It was not this tweet, it was one that was similar. I was riding the Volt Switch wave for a minute. I thought it felt really good with Draco, where you drop a Draco and you just Volt Switch out. I thought it was very good. Either way, though, that's what Marco ended up using, the Volt Switch with Draco, which is really cool. Also, Electrowebs is kind of awesome because you can Terra Electric, Electroweb, and you just do a lot of damage. You also, like lower their speeds. You can outspeed them with your Incin or, whatever you gotta do with your Calyrex, which is kind of cool because you don't have to go min speed on Calyrex anymore. You can go a little bit of speed investment. Also, Goldango. Love this team. I kind of want to use this team, but to stay true to the video, we're going to use the Justin Burns team. Maybe in the next video, if you guys like this, we'll do a next video, I'll use this team. But yeah, anyways, basically though, the Calyrex team, it's a pretty just standard like balanced team. It's got like a Firewater Grass. Firewater Grass. It has a busted restricted that allows slow play. It has a secondary restricted that allows for any kind of play. Raging Bolt's actually not a restricted, but it's just really broken because its stats are crazy. 125 base HP, 137 base special attack. Like it's nuts. I don't know who at Game Freak thought this was a good idea, but I get it though, because it's a check for Urshifu, because Urshifu Water was absolutely ruining the meta. But ever since this thing became a Pokemon Raging Bolt, Urshifu kind of fell down a little bit, which it was a necessary evil. But oh my goodness, yeah, Raging Bolt is just like he's so strong. Amoonguss is just very good for more slow play. This spread lives at Glacial Lands, so that's kind of cool from opposing Calyrex. Yeah, all in all, like I like this team. I have been using this team a bit. To like not crazy success. I just got to like 17 on ladder, which isn't crazy, it's just like it's decent. All right, yeah, I think Calyrex is able to sweep this. If I just lead Calyrex and Amoonguss, I don't really see how I can stop this, especially with Terra Grass. His Incin does look a bit annoying, but we have Pelipper here. So I don't really see what's stopping a Spore here. Glacial Lantern Spore. I definitely click Glacial. I could Terra Grass if I want to get cute, but I don't want to because he might do something fancy. Yeah, Dragon Pulse. Cool. Yeah, this is looking like a sweep just from turn 1. Do I want a Trick Room? Yeah, I do want a Trick Room. I'm gonna get the maximum value out of this. Pollen Puff up, Terra Grass, stop a Spore. Trick Room, and then next turn go for the double knockout. This is just so I have Trick Room, so I have the best possible board the following turn. The one counterplay could do is go into Whimsicott here, which could have been kind of funny. You would have seen my greed get like punished immediately. But yeah, okay, so I know I'm faster than him with my Amoonguss. That means that he'll move first, so we'll go for a Pollen Puff. Alright, GG. Yeah, that was just the best possible board. Cool. Yeah, alright, this has been the top 3. Let's move on to number 4.
Coming in 4th place, we had Leonard Craft IV. Now this is another variant on the Calyrex Ice team. It looks like it's basically the exact same spread as the first one, but this time we have Farigiraf hanging around to kind of help out with the Trick Room setting. But the exact same core, Amoonguss, Raging Bolt, Urshifu. How do I play it, Brady?
So Leonard Craft's version is a little bit different. I know he has max speed on the Incin, or close to it. This is a pretty common tech, at least at the moment of recording this. So, I totally get that, but one sec, let's get that. Oh yeah, this was the tech that won a big online tournament in Victory Road. Same thing with the, it got first at Internats in the last regulation. Used by Nils Dunlap. So all in all, like, it's very solid. The next thing is this Farigiraf. I don't really know like how this goes. It looks like it's just to stop. Looks like it's just there to stop Amoonguss. It might be modest. I genuinely have no idea. As for like, this is probably like somewhat accurate to what they had. Amoonguss. I don't know if they go max speed with Assault Vest. Probably not. But maybe they do. I don't know. Like, or with the Focus Sash. I don't know. I just took a guess. But yeah, I know they're probably 236 HP on Incin if they care about optimization. And this is probably something like this, maybe more speed, maybe less, I have no idea. But anyways, let's get right in. Oh, boop, 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 boop. Not Justin Burns' team. Let's get right into it. Leonard Crafts. Cool, so this is a Tailwind Kyogre team. So into these teams, I do really like Calyrex, especially over Terra Fire. So that changes a bit of stuff. So we're not Terra Grass. I do like Amoonguss here a lot, though. So I'm really tempted to go with Amoonguss. Maybe as a lead, but I know Raging Bolt is going to be an absolute heavy hitter. So I feel like I want to go with Raging Bolt, and I could go with Calyrex. I could go with Amoonguss to redirect away damage from Raging Bolt. But Raging Bolt's definitely going to be our one of our king pieces here. I want to go with Urshifu because he has the double dark, and this is a great way of punishing it. So I'm going to go with Urshifu and then Amoonguss in the back, and then we could go with the Calyrex. The one thing I'm considering is maybe taking Amoonguss in the front, where we go with Raging Bolt and Amoonguss, and having Urshifu in the back with the Calyrex. I feel like that's probably better. So we're going to give it a shot. But yeah, so Raging Bolt and Amoonguss up against Kyogre and King Gambit. So this is kind of interesting. So we could just go for a straight Thunderbolt. We could go for the Thunderclap. That could go out into the Farigiraf. I am kind of okay with going for a Thunderbolt and a Spore. I'm thinking Sporing the King Gambit might be safe because it could be Terra Grass and the Kyogre. It is a close team sheet, so we don't exactly know that yet. So I do want to be a little bit wary of that. What I am kind of thinking, though, what we could do, if it's Terra Grass, that means he gets punished by Calyrex. I really think he is Terra Grass, and if he does, he drops it here. Wish we had something else on this, but yeah, Thunderbolt that, Spore into the King Gambit. So yeah, he is Terra Grass. The Ice Beam does come out. Probably just going to double tap into my Raging Bolt, which is okay. To get the paralysis, that's funny. Now Urshifu or Calyrex comes in kind of uncontested. The one thing, we could kill this Kyogre with the Glacial Lance. He could Kowtow cleave us, but we can go ahead and Terra out of that to a Terra Fire. We could also go into Urshifu. I feel like that's our ideal board technically, which maybe you want to do, but I'm just going to drop a Thunderbolt into King Gambit. I'm going to Glacial Lance with the Terra Fire. Because if King Gambit does attack, which he is... Oh, yeah, this Kyogre should be pinned down with this Glacial Lance. I want to make sure I didn't just do anything silly. Okay, I thought so. I thought Calyrex was that good. Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure. So now if we do get Dark moved, we survive that. Because I had to think about that for a second. I was like, do I really want to risk this about Terra Firing in front of the Kyogre? But I think we made the right call there. Really just cashing in on our cards because we got very lucky there. With that last turn. So this is why we brought Urshifu for these two Pokemon right here. So this is where Urshifu comes in and we just click Protect on Calyrex. I don't really see much that can kind of stop this. It's just a very positive trade. Like pretty much like nothing can really come out to combat this because there is like no super effective move that could be used on Urshifu. But yes, so it is the knockoff onto our Calyrex. That's not going to combat it. We're going to Surging Strikes into the King Gambit. I'm tempted to click Trick Room here. I'm also kind of tempted to just click Glacial Lance. I think he's going to double tap my Calyrex here, but I kind of don't really care. I'm trying to think who I want dead more. I kind of want the Incineroar dead, so I want to try to do that and then Glacial Lance. Yeah, so the Sucker Punch does come out. So that's good because that means the Incineroar will go down, and then this King Gambit will go down to the Glacial Lance, and then we have a 1v3. So we kind of got bailed with that Thunderbolt pairing. I had a feeling it was a Terra Grass. If I knew it was Terra Grass for a fact, I just would have, gone for a probably not the Thunderbolt there, so we would not even have the chance to get lucky. But yeah, the Terra Grass was kind of interesting because it did throw off our Amoonguss game plan, but it didn't really stop our Calyrex from kind of doing what he wanted to do. It did give us a safe ability to click the Terra Fire, though, which was kind of interesting, because if we had not gotten that Para, we would not have gone for the Terra Fire, and we would not have been able to, done like we did. We do switch on a Raging Bolt on the Wood Hammer, Protect, just get Leftovers, Recovery, and that's game. Cool, good game to our opponent. So I'm starting to get the feel for this. There's a few things that are like a little bit different from the other version of the team with the Calyrex Ice. 'Cause even though they look very similar, they have 5 of the same Pokemon. One of them has a Frigiraf. The other one just has a the other one has a what is it? One of them just has a Frigiraf, and the other one has a Pelipper in place of that Frigiraf. But it's not just that. It's also the Focus Sash Amoonguss. It's Terra Fire on Calyrex. It's Citrus Berry on Incin. It's Jolly Incin. It feels so much more different. It's like the Terra choices, the item choices, everything makes it play very differently from how the other one was expected to play. But yeah, here Urshifu looks pretty good here as a lead in general. I'm kind of thinking that like Urshifu plus I kind of want to Amoonguss this guy, but I'm a little bit worried about that Miraidon. So because of that Miraidon, I'm kind of thinking of going with Raging Bolt. Calyrex also pretty good here. So I'm thinking of going with like Urshifu and then Raging Bolt as my lead. I can drop a Draco turn 1. I can go for a Thunderbolt. I have a lot of options. And then I like Calyrex in the back with the Amoonguss because I can Rage Powder away any of his attacks. Not bringing Instant here feels kind of weird. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't really think I can bring it. Also, I didn't accept open team sheets there, so, you know, that happens sometimes. Urshifu does come in. This is a very free close combat onto this slot. And then I could theoretically go for a Volt Switch onto the Ursaluna slot as well, really doubling down on that. Because I do think that he doesn't really have a safe switch into this. Close combat should just pick up the one-hit knockout if all things are considered properly. But I'm going to Volt Switch out of this Farigiraf. I don't know. Like, maybe I should have gone for, I should have gone for Ursaluna. That was really sloppy play on my end. I was playing as if he wasn't going to Terra, but, like, I think you always Terra in that situation. Because if I'm there, I'm totally clicking Terra. So I'm going to eat up something. Earth Power. Not the end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world. Just a bit annoying though. If we go into Calyrex, we buy ourselves a turn, just one single turn. We can get off a Glacial Lance and a Rage Powder. Okay, so it is the Incineroar though. So maybe we can Terra Fire Trick Room on this guy. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to Terra Fire Glacial Lance. I'll try to get up a Trick Room, but I'm going to Raging Bolt first. The reason why Raging Bolt really wants to come in here, so first of all, I can bypass a Will-O-Wisp, which is very nice on this Calyrex. So this is the benefit of using Terra Fire, but also by me switching out of Amoonguss, I get Regenerator, which will help me into the presumably Miraidon in-game, and I can go for Trick Room on this following turn because he doesn't really have much to stop it. But I want to get Farigiraf in range of a Thunderbolt before I can consider killing it, before I can consider letting it do its thing. So yeah, Falpy does come out. It's a good amount. That's Thunderbolt range, so I can just Trick Room and Thunderbolt into the Farigiraf, and this should be game. Unless they go for a Parting Shot on my Raging Bolt, and then let Farigiraf go down, which I could technically snipe with a Glacial Lance, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not real. Yeah, Knockoff does come out. That Knockoff did a lot of damage, actually. So that Instant is jolly. I know that because it outspin my Calyrex. But, yeah, that is game. Cool. GG. So this has been using the 4th place team, Leonard Kraft the 3rd.
In 5th place, we had Nick Navarre, who was running another Terrapagos team. Again, this one is choice specs, and it looks like this one's kind of working around Amoonguss, that it has Sleep Talk. That's pretty cool. And then again, Raging Bolt, Amoonguss, Chi-Yu, Tornadus, Urshifu, some of the well-known Pokemon of the last few regionals, they're making their return. Now you may be wondering, what's coming up next?
Now let's go in the 5th place team, another Terrapagos Tailwind team. This one is featuring the not safety goggles on the Urshifu. This one has Taunt on Urshifu instead, which is kind of interesting. It was a cool take. Sash and Chi-Yu instead of Scarf. Still is the Specs Terrapagos. I was trying Modest. I'm going back to Timid, just because it just feels better into like Icy Wind stuff. It's just nice. It feels better on the war. It's very similar to the other team. AV Raging Bolt is a bit different. If I remember properly, I don't think Andrew had a Raging Bolt. He did not have a Raging Bolt. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different take. This team overall throughout the entire weekend technically had the best performance because it did finish first in day 1 Swiss. And I believe first in day 2. If it wasn't first in day 1, it was definitely second because I know Nick went 9-0 with this. So it was a very good early game meta or early meta team. But yeah, so we were playing up against the umpire again. I think we just played this guy, if I remember properly. I think this person had the Clear Amulet on the Iron Hands. I don't remember what they went with, though. I want to say it was Miraidon, if I remember correctly. I think we won. I don't know for a fact, though. Anyways, let's get into this. I feel like Terrapagos is pretty good here, just in general. Terrapagos also so's the Chi-Yu, so's the Raging Bolt, so's Amoonguss, because I can Terrapagos, get some kills and put him to sleep with Amoonguss, which is very cool. I like Raging Bolt a lot here, and I'm very tempted to go with the Chi-Yu, but also Urshifu wouldn't be terrible. I'm a little worried about the Iron Hands, because Iron Hands can technically sweep me inside of the Trick Room, but I do have Amoonguss, so with Amoonguss I should be safe into it. I'm just thinking everything over. I feel like Chi's probably the best to have a damage amp for my team. Once again, we would not accept the team sheets, which, you know, it is what it is. If they had accepted, I would have accepted. Sometimes you just forget. It should be like that. But yeah, this looks pretty straightforward with the choice specs, Terra Starstorm. And we could technically go for the Spore on the Chi-Yu, but just knowing the gravity that's being exerted right now from my Pokemon, I feel like he's probably going to go for a fire type move into my Amoonguss. I'm going to switch out a Raging Bolt just to save my Amoonguss for the late game. I feel like it's probably better in late game. Maybe they go for a Snarl if they're crazy, but they're not crazy. Thankfully, Bleak Wind. This should be a kill on the Tornadus if I know my calcs properly. Sash, that actually makes a lot of sense to why he did exactly that. So I could theoretically get this Chi-Yu. He has no switch into this right here. And a Thunderclap should be locks on this Chi-Yu if I know this properly. So yeah, we get off that, double knockout here, not terrible. Miraidon does come in next to the Ursaluna. We don't have Tailwind to match this, so I do not know exactly how good this will be, especially because I am letting my Restricted go down. This is presumably just a discharge spam in-game, which means that they are not going to be, let's actually see what they go for. I'm trying to think if I can sweep this with Trapagos. I cannot because I don't have Tailwind and Flutter. I can't Electro Web that Ursaluna, so nope. I could probably, I don't think this Ursaluna is going to click a Terra. I could Draco on the Miraidon. It's probably going to be Terra Electric with Discharge if I had to guess. I'm just going to try to kill everything. Wait, what did I click on Raging Bolt? Did I really click Electro Web? Oh man, I kind of just trolled. Oh, I just snarled. And Miraidon even avoid. I should have gone for the Draco. I should have Dracoed. Yeah, I should have Dracoed. Oh, that stinks. If I get a double protect, it's not over, but it's not looking too hot. I could, yeah, if I would have Dracoed, that maybe would have been better. Oh, is that a double avoid in the Snarl? That's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I could maybe win this. My odds going for a double protect. I think so. Let's see. We tried. Discharge. If Heat Wave kills here, if it kills the Ursaluna and burns the Miraidon, maybe? Looks like it did not kill the Ursaluna. Oh, I would get paired. Alright, GG. Probably modest on this guy, by the way. I think we are modest. Yeah, we are modest. Maybe that would have killed. I have no idea. With the... If we had a Dracoed earlier, it would have killed. So they did not accept team sheets, though. This is a... God, it is a Trick Room Calyrex team. Probably Icy Wind Flutter. If I were to play into this, I feel like Trapagos is pretty good. So is Tornadus, honestly. I do like Tornadus. As is Raging Bolt, but so is Chi-Yu. I feel like Trapagos plus Chi-Yu is not bad. I'm just worried about the Urshifu. You do actually outspeed, so that's kind of good information. Oh yeah, dude, if we're timid, we can do this. Yeah, we go with Trapagos, Chi-Yu, presumably Amoonguss, and then I kind of like Raging Bolt. Yeah, we'll go Raging Bolt. We'll try this out. So definitely goes for Icy Wind here. I don't want to bring too much. At least you know he's going to kill my Amoonguss. He's going to try. That means this guy can get overheated. Go on overheat. Probably the Fluttering by specs. Cool. Now that thing can get overheated. That kind of sucks. I guess I could have overheated the Urshifu though. Yeah, I kind of trolled, didn't I? Oh my goodness, I did. No. Oh, who's it in there? Oh, dude, I can't even tear out of this. Shoot! I may have trolled. I trolled. Lol. Shoot. Yeah, I trolled. GG. Less protects here, I guess. He might protect his Urshi. I think I have to get him on the... I have to get him on the troll. The reverse troll? No! Chi-Yu's not good! Chi-Yu's not good, guys. Chi-Yu is not good. Chi-Yu is not good. Chi-Yu is not a friend amongst friends. All right, that has been the Nick Navarre team. I personally I think it's a good team. It doesn't really click with me. I don't really like using the choice spec Strapagos. I get it's good. Not really my cup of tea though.
6th place we have Shilian Tang, whose team is definitely quite a bit different than the last few. This one, it's trying to take advantage of different things. It's the first team that's showcasing a weather setter that is a restricted. So we got Kyogre here. The Assault Vest Kyogre is pretty awesome. I gotta say, that's a tanky mon right there. Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Thunder, Ice Beam, the pretty standard set that you're gonna be running on a Kyogre, although I know that I don't normally go Assault Vest, and I know a lot of people were running Mystic Water. Then we have Serena, a Pokemon that, honestly, when do you see a Serena around? Not very often. Fergraph's kind of taken over its role in blocking priority, but I guess this one just kind of works with what's going on here. And then, of course, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Incineroar, again, they're just there. Although, this team is running an Iron Jugulus, which, that hasn't really been around for a while, so that's definitely different. And, Brady, if you would.
Next up on the list, we do have Tang Xiling, and Tang Xiling is actually a very good player. He goes by TSL Tang Online. He worked with Justin Tang, who ironically has the same last name, but TSL Tang has had a very... I'm trying to even. I know he's done a lot in the past. I know he's won a regional. He's definitely won a regional. I feel like he's done a lot. And I don't even know. I don't have his whole player profile memorized. But I know he's good. I know for a fact he's good because he played up against Wolf Glick into the last round of Worlds, and he ended up knocking out Wolf Glick of Day 1 Worlds, and he made it to Day 2. And that takes a lot because Wolf's a very good player. So if you can take a set off him in the World Championships, it was probably earned. And I do remember that going for Wicked Blow on. I remember Wolf had a Fluttermane that was, I want to say, Terra Fairy'd, and I think that Tang had a Choice Banded or Shifu that could have clicked Sucker Punch to knock out the Fluttermane. But I remember he called Wolf Protecting and he went for Wicked Blow onto it, and he was Choice Banded, so that was crazy. So yeah, I thought that was a sick play. That's just what I remember about Tang's team, but about Tang's world run. So this is the team that I recreated. I do not know how exactly they would build this. It could be a very bulky Kyogre. It could be like a timid one, something like this, where it's just like 252 and I don't know, 252. Because interesting enough, Kyogre does get the stat bump just from being modest. You see how it gets that. So you do get some inherent value out of that because special attack stat is so high. I don't know what you'd want to outspeed with this. I really have no idea. So I just want to try modest. Although a defensive one could be kind of cool. It could be like a wall. We're just going to go max speed in this video. Just kind of try it out. I do not want to put an extra point into SpDef because we are an even number. So we want our Assault Vest to multiply by an even number. Its HP is already naturally an odd number with max HP. So that's good for calcs. Yeah, Ensign. I just decided this thing should have some speed. I kind of messed up. I was sloppy with this one. It should be maybe something like this where it's 76. And then... probably enough to so we can either go Jolly, which I'm kind of thinking Jolly could be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm kind of on the Jolly wave right now, I'm thinking, because we can outspeed Calyrex and Tailwind and just knock them off. That sounds kind of OP, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna try that out, actually. Yeah, Jolly. But we don't have, yeah, we're gonna try it out for this video. I have no idea what kind of instant they would run. But probably like this, just because outspeeding Calyrex would be pretty cool. You could theoretically work your way down to 119, that probably isn't bad, but I just like this. Just outspeeds a lot. But yeah, this looks good. I think this one outspeeds, what is outspeed? 228 outspeeds Calyrex by a good margin. I don't really know what that hits, so maybe less speed actually. I know this minimum. Maybe I did this speed creep. I don't remember exactly what I did. Anyways though, yeah, this just gets a speed boost. It's bulky. They had less HP. I think they had 84, 52, something low like this. I just decided I like HP. They were probably modest and had a lot of special attack, rest, and speed. Because you want the speed boost, right? But you also don't want to hit like a wet noodle. So I totally get something like that. 68. 68 timid. This outspeeds Tornadus, because they got 179. No, it outspeeds Ogrepon, which is 179, which is, no, other way around. Outspeeds Tornadus, which hits 179, which is faster than Ogrepon by 1. Let me fact check myself. Yep. Fact confirmed. This post's been fact checked. But yeah, so Fluttermane is pretty good. As for Shifu, this is just hit attack bump, 185 to 187 max speed. But yeah, so there we go. That is the entirety of the team. So let's get right into it. So this is a Zacian team. I did see a Zacian do pretty well over the weekend of Stockholm. I think it did good in day 1. Swiss did not finish in day 2. Or, I mean, it finished, but I don't think it was that... didn't finish that high, if I remember correctly. Let's see, though. Yeah, top 32. Is this the team? Nope. But this looks like the team. Nope. Almost the team. Maybe it was inspired by this. Cool. But yeah, so what I would probably want to do here is go ahead and go with the... Fluttermane looks pretty good here. So does Choice Scarf or Shifu, actually. I'm going to go with Choice Scarf or Shifu. Terragrass is not bad here. Maybe go with that, and then the Incineroar does not look too bad, but I do kind of want to slow down this Raging Bolt, which is probably going to be leading with. So I feel like Serena is not bad here necessarily. This does block priority moves. I want to do this with Incineroar in the back, and then Kyogre. I probably should have gone with Iron Jugulus here. I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it, but, you know, I have to do what I got to do. So this, I might be looking at a... I may be looking at an Incineroar on this right slot, so I'm so tempted to just Surging Strikes that. He is Booster Energy. So I'm going to Terragrass here. I could double tap the Raging Bolt with a Triple Axle. If I'm real, I go into the Rillaboom, and I just double tap this with Triple Axle plus Surging Strikes. This is probably not bad, because this covers for the switch into the Incin, but also just kills the Rillaboom. Probably going to be a Thunderbolt onto my Urshifu if I had to guess. Ooh, that is not what I was looking for. Not very good. Not very good at all. The Triple Axle gets completely woofed, and that is a Thunderbolt into my Urshifu. So that does mean this Zacian can eat up a Surging Strikes, which I also kind of want to switch out of my Incin. I did not really lock in with the best checks for this Zacian. I kind of overly relied on my Urshifu here. I don't really like how I approach this. What I could do, though, is switch into Incin. I could Triple Axle into the Raging Bolt, because I just need some value trades into this. Kyogre does beat the Zacian. I just have to clear the way for it. But yeah, Behemoth Blade does kill our Serena, which I was not really banking on. That's not ideal at all, but we move. So we could go for the Surging Strikes. Going to go into Kyogre here, though. We do lose our Fast Incin, so we lose the ability to Fake Out. And do a lot. I feel like that has to be a Rillaboom that's probably coming in, because now he did lose his Intrepid Sword, so he's not going to Tunnel Vision on that. I need to get kind of frisky here, though, with the reads, though. I need to get saucy. So it is a Terragrass and the Zacian, which is kind of funny. I was not expecting that, nor the SD. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. This is still... I don't know if I would not... Winnable is definitely not the word. It's like... I would not use winnable if I were to talk about this game. I would say the opponent would need to choke a lot to have a real chance of this. So I want to try to Will-O-Wisp and try to go into Urshifu, or maybe I catch a Thunderclap, which I do catch a Thunderclap. Play Rough does connect, though. So yeah, that is what it is. Maybe Close Combat Crit. No, because we don't have Sword Rune. I wouldn't get it. Well, I think that's game. If I had to guess, that is the whole video game. That is totally the game. GG. Alright, we go next. Letting my Serena go down was really the mistake I made this set. One sec, gotta click X. Letting my Serena go down really kind of messed up that game for me, I feel. It was right here. I should have switched to Instant on this slot right here, and then went for the Surging Strikes on the Zacian. That would have been better, because he ended up going for Thunderbolt as well, which tells me he's probably Thunderbolt, Thunderclap, Calm Mind or something. I don't know, because in theory, that was a safe Dragon Pulse, but maybe he was expecting the Fluttermane to come in. Also, like, that felt kind of difficult. I don't really like Kyogre teams. I feel like they rely on, like, matchups. I'm literally Kyogre's like biggest hater. I feel like it just, if it doesn't hit the matchups it needs, I feel like it kind of folds. This is a matchup I feel like I would bring Kyogre here though too, because I can just Terra Grass and just Water Spout everything. Along with my Iron Jugulus is also pretty good here. I feel like this and Serena in the back. And then I feel like Specs Flutter Mane just kind of goes in. All I have to do is just get rid of this Iron Jugulus. I have to get rid of this Farigiraf. If I get rid of Farigiraf, I should totally be good. Also, Scarf Urshi's pretty goated here. So is the Flutter Mane. I kind of kick myself for not really bringing Scarf Urshi. It's not too late. I could switch, but I'm not going to because I liked the pressure Serena much more. Just being here. So anyways, though, yeah, that's an Incin. Like here, I can just go for the Water Spout, and I could just switch into Serena. Because I'm Assault Vest. If they Electro move me, I'm Terra Grassed. Then they eat up a Water Spout for their troubles, which means Incineroar goes down. Yeah, so I should be good into this Miraidon. And this Incineroar cannot click Fake Out, which means it goes down unless it Terras, which I'm presuming their Miraidon probably wants to Terra, and probably wants to go for a Volt Switch onto my Kyogre maybe, in which case nothing really wants to switch into this Water Spout, and yeah, well, I think we're good. Ooh, so the Incin did actually Terra, but I don't think anything wants to switch in this Water Spout on their team from the looks of it, unless that's Urshifu Rapid Strikes, but it is the Farigiraf, so that's interesting. Knock off, okay. This is just looking more like an Origin Pulse angle. This should kill. We do have to connect though, which I don't like. Yeah, we don't outspeed this guy. I did just Power Whip here. Power Whip is not bad, especially because we got the crit, so that helps out a lot. We can sweep him with Dazzling Gleam. We just have to angle it properly. I'd rather break his Sash. Hello, Jinx. My cat just decided to say hi. Oh, this Kyogre spread is so good. VGC Corner. Let's go. Yeah, it's looking like an Iron Jugulus angle. See, I'm trying to think about how to not, like, because we have to click, Snarl here, I think. Do we? Yeah. Okay. I just gotta go for the Tailwind. Okay, we're getting back into this. I'm trying to think about how to not 100% lose this. Right now, Dazzling Gleam wins. Okay, well, I mean, that just happens. Okay. Is that even good? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. There we go. Okay. Iron Jugulus is cool there. Cool. Yeah, that was Kyogre. I'm not really the biggest Kyogre fan. I'm actually kind of a Kyogre hater.
Keanu Inosanto. Now, this team was the one that caught my eye the most. I mean, just look at it. This team is strange, okay? It's a strange team. We have Zamazenta as the restricted Pokemon. I didn't think I'd be seeing at all. Actually, I will say, though, Brady did tell me at one point, hey, watch out for Zamazenta. Honestly, I didn't believe him. Clearly you should. This is why you sign up for VGC Corner. You learn all the tricks of the trade. But yes, like I said, Zamazenta's here. Pretty cool. Another Pelipper, Rillaboom. Okay, the Rillaboom, it's like, yeah, that belongs there. Chenpao again. Yeah, that's a great mon. But then we have Galarian Moltres and Latios, which are two Pokemon that I definitely did not expect to be seeing in the top 8. But hey, I know Galarian Moltres kind of slaps. It's a good mon, but it's never really one that makes it all the way. It's just kind of, I don't want to say a gimmicky mon, but it's in that tier of like, hey, I can do really fun things, but you really gotta position me well to do. I'm very curious how good Brady's gonna do trying to position this thing in the battles that you're about to see.
Now this next team, I'm very, very excited to show you guys because this team actually ended up winning the most recent regional championship. As we saw earlier, I kind of talked about it. We did see Mike Helder the best, or I don't know, I've always called him Michael the best because he's like, yo, that's the best. It's like because he's so good at the game. But you know, I think there's a more proper name, Mikey Alder best. See, I don't. Either way though, that I'm gonna call him Michael the best because he's the best. But anyways, so he just Michael the best just won a team with the Zamazenta crown. I thought it was kind of cool, and this is the exact same team that got first place at the that got top 8, piloted by Keanu here, Keanu Inosanto. So basically, though, this team was pretty cool because it has a lot of counterplay in a Calyrex, both Calyrexes, because you have Wide Guard on the Zamazenta. You also have this here just as a late game just clean up, or it just sits there and can't really die. I decided to go like a bold one. This Oko's Ensign, I thought it could be kind of cool without needing to do anything besides just be at +1. But yeah, you could add Spadef. I don't know, maybe. Probably Spadef is pretty cool. But you do have the residual HP recovery with the Rillaboom, which is choice banded, so it's kind of cool because I love the damage output. You also have Chimpow to amp up your damage output from both of these. Pelipper is there just to be a nuisance, an additional Wide Guard Pokemon for their team. Or for the Calyrex forms, which also protects Latios and allows Latios to really just spam Icy Wind and essentially just kind of drop a Draco at 1.2x, which is just a nuke. Luster Purge plus potentially a Moltres / Pelipper could be kind of cool, because Luster Purge is a 50% chance lowering their Spadef. So that's really cool with comboing that with Pelipper and Moltres. I just want to highlight the little combo you could theoretically do. This Moltres spread, I don't really know what it does. Like, literally, like, I just kind of just did these. This outspeeds the Terapagos, so that's kind of cool because we can maybe flinch it with a Fiery Rat that we really wanted to. Also outspeeds your Shifu. You know, maybe you could go like a modest one. Probably not modest because like we have Black Glass. It's an Yveltal. Probably just bulky, just really bulky. You could go maybe Calm. I don't know how bulky you'd want to make this thing. Last two are just pretty straightforward. It's just Chimpow and Rillaboom. They've been like working together so consistently, and literally, you know, they're just very proven together. So, it got second at Worlds, piloted by Michael, which I'm sure contributed to his win here because he has experience playing Rillaboom and Chimpow. Although he was not playing a Choice Bandit Rillaboom, it was Miracle Seed though, so it's kind of similar. But basically though, I feel like those two are just like a very proven duo. I'm looking forward to using this team. It looks like the entire team was kept almost exactly the same, with the main difference being the Terra Fairy on the Pelipper, and also there was a Terra Grass, which was also true on the original team. So it looks like the only change that Michael actually made here was literally just switching the Pelipper to Terra Fairy. Okay, we're up against another Miraidon. I think Miraidon's pretty good in Zamazenta. Just based on like logic, where it's like, okay, it's faster than it, you can Volt Switch out. Just kind of spam that, but I do think I kind of want to go with the same lead because there is no pressure of an Ursaluna. So I feel like the same lead is. I felt like I could have played that a little bit better than I did last time. So I'm okay with trying it again. We can kind of limit check and make sure that that is actually the case. Zamazenta is good here, and I like Latios a lot because Latios is very good into the Landorus, which can beat our Zamazenta, and then the Incineroar, which can do our Latios, is covered by the Zamazenta. So that's just good synergy with the Pokemon. We do kind of get counter-led here. I do want to switch to my Zamazenta, honestly. If I were to do anything, I definitely switch to Zamazenta. The one thing is I want to safely maneuver it inside without getting like burned, without getting, you know, targeted. So I'm thinking I could go for the high horsepower onto the Ensign. I could just get it in, honestly. I'm just going to double tap this Ensign with high horsepower plus Sacred Sword. This should bop it because we're banded. Unless he's like sad. Unless he's jolly. Let's see. He's not jolly. Cool. Nice. That was a good double tap. Now he does still have his Focus Sash active, and his Miraidon is now in play. He's probably going to be double targeting into my Rillaboom here. If he does drop a Draco, then I go into Latios. I feel like I always go Latios here. So definitely want to, I could just double tap this again. So he's Jelly Max Speed, okay. It's presumably Spec, so he's got to kind of switch out here, right? So Icy Wind plus Wide Guard looks pretty free. Don't Terra steal those? The question, and the answer is no, not right now. Okay, so I still just want to Icy Wind here. Kinda just want to body press because this probably does 2 a KO. Guess I could have just sniped that, but whatever. Ooh, I did just lose my electric resist. I gotta call him. He's going to my audio, so I know that. I'll take my kill. Okay, I did not call him properly. If that was the case, I should have gone for the Icy Wind plus the Protect. Yeah, if I had gone for the Icy Wind Protect, that would have won because then I'm able to... I guess it depends. If Luster Purge does enough, because I would click Body Press, he'd follow me. P-1 speed, I'd knock him out. But then, yeah, the 2 Luster Purges would get the, yeah, that would have won, If I would have, I was a 50-50. I had to get it right to have a chance of winning that. But I did not get those proper, so, you know, sometimes you just lose like that. It'd be like that. But I guess that's kind of the Zamazenta experience. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it needs to hit, like, its matchups. I don't think it's, like, S tier by any means. Just like I don't like Kyogre, I don't really like Zamazenta that much. I feel like these 3 are good. I think Calm Mind's going to be rising up with Terrapagos. I just think it's like that's like the way to run it. It just beats so much BS. Yeah, so that was Kino's team, which it is clearly good because Michael won a regional with it. So I'm not going to talk the team bad. But I am just going to say that essentially, like, you know, he may have had to hit his matchups to, you know, win. Or Michael's just cracked. You know, Michael might just be really good.
Aaron Trailer came 8th place with a team that it kind of just makes you go, huh? We have a Ditto making the top 8. That's pretty cool. Choice Scarf Ditto, of course, that's kind of the typical set that you run with Ditto. It's just kind of taking over what your opponent has. You throw a restricted at me, I throw a restricted back. This is the one team that can actually say they had 2 restricteds in a 1 restricted format. And then he was also doing the Choice Specs Miraidon, Incineroar, Whimsicott, Ursaluna Bloodmoon, but then he added the Farigiraf. The other one had that too, actually. So it's the Incineroar and the Ditto that changed, huh? Yeah, I mean, I think what that shows is that Miraidon is really good. Okay, Brady.
But yeah, let's get into it. Another Miraidon player. Now this time we are using Miraidon ourselves. We are using the Choice Scarf Ditto, so that'll be very interesting here. This is a Tailwind Iron Jugulus version, so this is a very interesting take on it. I'm going to accept the team sheets. Thank you for the opponent for doing that. Goggles, Booster Energy, Farigiraf. Iron Hands does look pretty good to me. I want to make sure I get rid of this Farigiraf. I'm max speed Ursaluna. I just want to go on nuke mode. I do got to be careful about this this Iron Jugulus though. So maybe what I want to do here is go ahead and go with the Ursaluna and the Whimsicott, and I can just Tailwind and, you know, maybe do something like that. Although they will be able to match my Tailwind, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I'll go to Miraidon and probably Ditto, or I could go with Insect. I'm going to go with Ditto. I'm going to bring Ditto. We're going to see if Ditto can do justice on this 6 or this concept. So this is where Farigiraf would really come into play, which we did not bring. But this is also where Ditto becomes kind of cool. Oh, whoa, we just went for Drain Punch. I could have called that. I could have called that for sure. Okay, so we did just reverse the Trick Room. Gotta go on Miraidon here. I'm trying to think if I need a tier normal to win this. I'm just going to go for the safe and guaranteed KO here. I'm not going to mess around with this. Okay, so I did not have to Terra, but I'm glad I did. I'm very glad I did. So now I always get the faster fake out every time. I am locked into an electric type move, which is not good, so maybe I want to... Yeah, that's okay. So I'll get faster fake out, and I can fake out them, go into Ursaluna. So I will probably eat up a Drain Punch if I do this. Which I don't want to do. Okay, why did I not get a Photosynthesis? I could just Drain Punch this guy too. Which case he might just fake me out, and if he fakes me out, then he's not going to Drain Punch on Ursaluna. Oh, I outplayed myself. That's okay. Alright, we tried. Fortunately, Ditto was not the bring there. If we had Farigiraf, I would have felt much more confident about being able to just nuke the Farigiraf. Which maybe Modest would have given me. I don't know if Timid. I don't know the limits on this Ursaluna. I'm not an Ursaluna player. I've already said this at the beginning of this video. I'm not an Ursaluna player. But we, maybe it's just a skill issue. I do think Miraidon's very good here, though. I'm definitely leaving Miraidon. I want to say Miraidon Instant is very good because they don't have a way to stop Fake Out. Also with Farigiraf in the back, we could even do what the opponents were doing into us and just like Ursaluna this, because I felt like I kind of unlocked like how to play that just from watching that, ironically. But I don't think we need the Tailwind with Ursaluna here. I think it can just be an Ursaluna. Because it just, like, with Farigiraf, like, it just looks really good, especially with Timid Max Speed. Like, that's kind of crazy, just like how fast it can be. It would all speed, all Instant, obviously all Mungus, all Calyrex, maybe even, like, a lot of Pelipper. Wait, what does Pelipper hit at? Modest? Let me check something. So, okay, Pelipper will outspeed us. Good to know. But still, doesn't seem terrible. Also, it speeds some Raging Bolt. This is where Terra Grass kind of cool. Take a Volt Switch on this guy, and we can just Terra Grass Fake Out. I could have guessed that. I had a feeling Swirl was coming out. I was originally going to fake out the Amoonguss. But the fear started to creep in. Yeah, man. That doubt kind of killed me. But it's not over yet. Yeah, String Strikes won't kill. We should outspeed both these guys, I think. Question is, does Thunderclap kill me? And I have no idea. It does. Oh no. Wait, maybe I win this. Nope, not without. I already activated my my +1 defense. If I had my +1 defense, I maybe could have won this. Yeah, dude. Yeah, if I had my defense, I activated my Electro Seed way too early. I switched in Farigiraf and I just did nothing with it. Right here, I ended up switching out anyways into Ursaluna. I should have just left. I should have just left it in because I think I would have lived the Surging Strikes anyways. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. If I turned Ursaluna and had Farigiraf in the back, that won every time. Other thing I could have done here was switched into my Farigiraf, which would have been crazy, right? But Discharge would have done like 80% to Calyrex, putting in the range of Hyper Voice, and I don't know, like that was not the play. What I did. But yeah, that's all I got for this team. That's all I got for the Aaron Trailers version on this. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this video. Please let us know down to the comments if it was good, bad, we could have done better, what we did that was good, just everything, because this is a new style of video we're trying out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, then maybe we'll see you back in the next one. So I will see you there. This has been Brady. Peace out.